are you? My name is Anthony Gray of Grayscale Painting. What you see before you here, I have another easel, and I'm standing this time. You see I have 8.5 by 11 copy of a water wheel in the water wheel shed, barn, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, there's a little river down here. It's got a little reflection of the building, but I'm not concerned about that. I want to trace this building on tracing paper. As you can see, very thin paper. All right, I'm going to do this in a very thin black marker. There's a few ways you can do to trace a building like this. Okay, you can do it freehand. It's much faster. I want to trace this using a pen and a ruler. Okay, because I want to probably more than likely sketch this all over again. Some of it I will do freehand just for the sake of time, but this video is going to be separate from any other video. I'm just going to show really how to do this. This is just one way to do this. I took a photo of it inside of a book. Okay, I got a pretty good camera, and so I straightened out the page of the book, centered it really nice, took a photo of it. In the computer, I just in the photo editing software anyone will do, just turn a color picture into black and white, and I just printed it off. Okay, and that's all I did. All right, and then we're gonna go on from there. And basically, what you really do is just trace out the picture. Okay, and once again, like I said, I'm gonna use the ruler because I want it to be kind of exact, and I want to use this over again. So hopefully it doesn't shift too much. And I'm gonna just show you how to do it. You can see the small details. You can see everything through this paper. I'm going to do the straight lines first. Not too hard to do. You don't know if you're going to really hear me talking much as I'm doing this. All depends of how intricate, or if I slide this thing around a little too much. Now the easel that I'm using is kind of narrow, simply because of me putting pressure on the board. I don't have it spread out too well, but it's okay. I'm gonna do this as exact as I possibly can. Once again, I'm doing it for the sake of time because I know attention spans aren't that great, but once again, I'm just doing the quick tracing of it. Some of it I will take little liberties with because I know that this board is going to shift a lot. Let's get to, I know where the main tree is, so I'll just kind of sketch in the tree right in here, because the little wheelhouse is being covered by the tree. So now here where the slats are, I'm gonna put those in there just like this, because we're gonna need those slats. I'm gonna go put some directional lines so I can pretty much, now I won't do this exactly when I transfer this over, maybe not. It all depends on how much detail I want in it. Now I will put the lines in there. Once again, it's the wood paneling lines. Okay, I'll press. Now here where it's shaded, I'll do one of these numbers.
because I know that this is going to represent the shaded awning part. In doing that, you can kind of see how you can put the slats in there real quick. Now, you don't have to go this in depth if you don't want. It's really up to you. Here's some of the shading in here. Okay, usually with the shading you can put an X there, which would represent black, but you can put the slats back in there. And it just gives you, once again, a direction of where things are with the building, just like that. All right, as you can see, it's starting to shape up and fill out there. All right, we're gonna do the same thing in here. All right, just like that. Come on down here, and that's, remember, you put them with X's in there. It just represents black or darkness there. And then take them, just trace the slats. All right, and these obviously the slats are just straight up and down. All right. As far as the fauna or whatnot, here, these are black too. Just like that. Make them black in there. Just like that. All right, now if I take this off now, it will pretty much be the wheelhouse. Like I said, this is all rock here. That's rock here. Here's the land out in here, just like that. I don't think I really need anything else to add or to do. I do believe I have it. Now, to show you that I have it, I will take the tape off, or take the paper off from underneath, and you'll see a perfect outline of what I've done here. I'll put this up here to kind of secure this part. I'll hold on to this, I'll put that there, and this should just slide right off, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Take it right off, and there you go. Now you should be able to see that quite plainly. It is the exact replica of that. Now, when I come back, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to do to transfer this onto my drawing board. So, okay, stay tuned. I'll be right back. What I'm going to do, once again, for the sake of time, I usually don't use brown, but
I will today. I took the paper, flipped it around, and just tacked it back up onto the board here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of chalk. All right. This chalk is brown, and I'm going to shade all this in just like this. And what it's obviously going to do is leave an impression of what I did on the other side. Just hold on to it here with my thumb. And make sure you cover everything. Even if you're not going to paint or draw everything, make sure you put everything, cover everything, just in case. It is a messy process, but well worth it when it's over. And once again, you can do this again and again and again. Once again, just make sure you cover everything. Depending on the detail or how much detail you want on it, it can be time consuming, yes. But once again, you're gonna really enjoy the results. Now, because this is chalk, obviously, it stains very easily. You can blow some of that off. But this is it, pretty much. Kit and caboodle. All right. So, that's it. Now, when I take this off, I'll just show it to you right now. When you do take it off, you still see the house. See, as you can see, you'll still see it. But now you can take a pencil or a pen and you're gonna trace over what you've done on the actual canvas of the board itself. Okay? And so that's what we're gonna do next. All right? So let's put this up here. It'd be a nice little transition, and we're gonna continue on with this. All right, be right back. Okay guys, this is on the 12 by 16 inch panel board. And as you can see the, obviously you see the brown, okay, but you can still see the black lines, still see the black marks on this, okay. All right, so we're gonna continue this on. Now, once again, I do have a ruler and I'm using a pen. All right, I'm using a pen for this. And what I'll do, really, now you got to kind of memorize where you are. And I'm just going to trace everything I've previously done. And you don't have to trace too hard with it. You can really buzz through this rather quickly. All right, I believe I do have everything that I need in here. Now watch what happens when I take the tape off. You're gonna have an identical look. Make sure I got everything here. I think I got everything. Yes, I do. I do believe I have everything. What I don't have, obviously, is the angles of the wood here. But I won't need that. But I don't know if you guys can see that very well. You should now. Okay, but there it is. There it is. That's the actual tracing of what I've done. All right. Okay. Now that I've done this part, all right, what I'm going to do now, this is the part that can, well, I'm not going to say it's necessarily time consuming. It's just the fact that I did not use black. I've used brown, okay, for this. I don't know if this brown's going to show through the tape. All right. Therefore, I'm going to have to use, once again, a thin Sharpie marker. And I'm not going to go through all the details. That I won't do for the sake of time for this video. But what I am going to do is I'm going to do the outline. All right, the outline of the building. So I can put the tape on. All of this, okay? I will take some 2-inch tape. They do have masking materials to do this. It's just more cost effective. It's cheaper to do it just like this. And you're doing the same thing, okay? You're doing the same thing. Make sure you get tape that's long enough to cover everything, all right? And you just overlap just a tiny little bit. You're cutting with an X-Acto knife, which is an extremely sharp blade. It will take off layers of skin depending on how sharp it is, how new it is. All right, so just be careful, but make sure you overlap. All right, there you go. Just that quick, just like that. All right, and you can still see your patterns, which you have to cut. All right, let's get to the X-Acto knife. We're 98% finished here. Take your X-Acto knife. This is a new one, so I have to be careful. I need to cut. Let's start with one of the most difficult parts, which will be in here, because this is all going to be black anyway, so it won't matter. So I want to keep what's in here. Okay, so I'll start right from this corner, and we'll meet at this corner. So right from this corner right here. Now this is board, so I can be a little hefty with the board here. I've been doing this for a minute, so I really don't need a ruler when it comes to doing the actual pulling of this stuff. All right. And once again, you're just blocking off the really important things. be as careful as you possibly can, because once again, you can cut off layers and not know it until it's too late, until you bled all over your painting. So be very careful. I've done stuff like this, lessons like this before, but I've never really devoted one just for this. I think I've done this and then continued the painting. I won't do that with this. This will be definitely one video of this in itself. All right. I know I'm getting notifications, but they're gonna have to wait. Hopefully my head is not too much in the way. Yes, I'm doing the details of the wood slat because it is a marker. You gotta cut them fairly well to have it pull apart easily, is what I'm trying to say. Come on around. I'm trying to adjust myself also, because I know that this camera, if it sees too much of my body, that's what it's going to focus on. All right, remember I told you we're going to meet at a certain point, and this is the point where we meet, right at that corner. Now, in a perfect world, this should just come up. In a perfect world, I said. We'll just peel it away. Take a corner. And let's see how we did. Hopefully, all up in there will come off with no problem. We shall soon see. It's a pretty sharp X-Acto knife, so I think I got everything, except that one part. It got me right there. Let's see if I can go around that. Keep it in there. If not, I'll work with it. We got a piece that little stubborn right there. I got it though, right in there. I think I got it. I think it's in there. All the rest is coming off fairly easy, as you can see. So there you go. My only trouble part was really that one little piece right there. I think I can go in here and get this little groove in there. Get that out of there real fast. There. All right, that's it. That's the only thing that needs to be cut. Well, we got this. Dig this out of there. There. Now we got it. Now we got everything out. Okay. There you go. Everything is masked. And you can see the brown through the tape. So now I know better next time. But it's all good. So now we have the house finished. I forgot to put the shading here, but it doesn't matter. We'll get to that. Now, I have the original right here. So that's the original. There it is. See? Original. That. So I do have the original, so I can look at whatever I need to add. All the shading and the tones are here in this that you really don't see in that. But now I can add whatever I want for a background. Doesn't matter, as long as I got the the light source, the shading and everything for this wheelhouse. So we're good to go. You take your tracing paper and you just place it in a spot where you'll keep it safe in case you want to use it again. All right. But all right, guys, there you go. Hopefully this wasn't too painful. Hope you enjoyed this process, and I shall see you when I see you. You guys take care. Peace.